The story begins with a young boy named Luca, training with his father Pankraz, who is teaching him how to wield a sword. Pankraz isn't training him for fun. He's preparing Luca for a dangerous world. Years ago, Luca's mother Mata was kidnapped by the evil sorcerer Laja. Since that day, Pankraz has been on a mission to rescue her. Pankraz is a fearless warrior, and he wants Luca to grow up just as brave as he is. One day, while Luca is playing with his best friend, a saber-toothed tiger named Percy, a strange boy approaches him and asks about a mysterious orb. But before Luca can respond, his father calls him to prepare for a journey. Luca sets out with Pankraz, bringing Percy along, as they head toward the kingdom of Coburg. The king himself has summoned them. During the journey, countless monsters try to stop them, but Pankraz cuts them down one by one with ease. After many exhausting days, they finally reach Coburg, where Luca befriends Prince Harry. The two quickly grow close and begin playing together, but their happiness doesn't last long. Suddenly, Laja's demons attack and kidnap Prince Harry right before Luca's eyes. Terrified, Luca runs back to the castle to tell his father. Pankraz immediately follows Luca to a dark cave where the demons have taken Harry. He fights bravely, slaying monster after monster, until Laja himself appears. Seeing his minions fall, Laja uses dark magic to pull Luca and Harry toward him. He threatens to kill Luca unless Pankraz surrenders. With no other choice, Pankraz lowers his weapon. Laja's monsters brutally attack him, leaving him mortally wounded. As Pankraz lies dying, he tells Luca the truth. His mother is still alive, and Laja was the one who kidnapped her. Heartbroken, Luca watches his father die before his eyes. Laja coldly looks at the boy and declares, "You will live forever as my slave." 10 years later, we jump forward 10 years. Luca is now grown, but he and Harry are still prisoners in Laja's fortress. Luca is haunted by dreams of his childhood and the tragic day he lost his father. Laja is constructing a massive castle and has kidnapped countless people, forcing them into slave labor just like Luca and Harry. One day, a prisoner tells them about a possible escape. Whenever someone dies, their body is sealed inside a barrel and dumped into the river. That could be their way out. Late at night, Luca and Harry sneak to the dumping site. To avoid suspicion, they cover themselves in the rotting moss from dead bodies and hide inside a barrel. The demons notice them, but the horrible stench convinces them the boys are already dead. So the demons throw the barrel into the river. For a moment, Luca and Harry feel relieved. But suddenly, the barrel crashes over a waterfall. The demons realize the truth and chase after them. Using the barrel, Luca and Harry desperately float away, but the demons are still closing in. Just then, a man named Dr. Agon appears and hides them inside his grass-covered wagon, saving their lives. He takes them to his home, though the awful smell still lingers. Dr. Agon explains that he lives there to keep watch on Laja's castle. Laja plans to open the gates of hell and resurrect his dark master Nimzo. When Luca asks why, Agon reveals the terrifying truth. Nimzo has the power to plunge the entire world into darkness. Years ago, many Zenithian warriors sacrificed their lives to drive Nimzo away. Now Agon is searching for the chosen Zenithian hero, the one foretold to defeat Laja and seal the gates of hell forever. According to prophecy, only a Zenithian warrior can kill Laja. The next morning, Agon secretly helps Luca and Harry escape the island, making sure no one sees them. Luca travels with Harry back to the kingdom of Coburg, but when they arrive, Luca refuses to enter the castle. He tells Harry the truth. Before his death, Luca's father told him about his mother, and now Luca must go and save her. Harry says goodbye, deeply moved. He tells Luca, "Your father gave his life to save mine. If you ever need anything at all, call on me. I will help you no matter what." With that promise, Luca walks away, heading toward his old abandoned home, hoping to find answers. When Luca reaches his childhood hut, something unexpected happens. A hidden door opens, revealing his father's secret room. Inside, Luca finds research notes, maps, and ancient writings. Among them, his father's diary. As Luca reads it, a shocking truth is revealed. His mother Mata was a Zenithian warrior. That is why Laja kidnapped her. To open the gates of hell, Laja needs a powerful Zenithian spell, a spell that only Mata knows. To protect the world, Mata sealed herself inside a magical barrier, so Laja could never force the spell out of her, which means she is still alive. The diary also reveals Pankraz's lifelong mission to find the Zenithian sword and the true hero who could wield it. Pankraz believed that hero was Luca. The proof? Luca's yellow eyes, the unmistakable mark of a Zenithian. At that moment, Sancho, Pankraz's old friend, arrives. The moment he sees Luca's eyes, he recognizes him. Overjoyed to see Luca alive, Sancho feeds him and speaks the truth. "Luca, you are the one who must save your mother. You are the Zenithian hero. Only you can wield the Zenithian sword." But Luca doesn't believe him. He says it's just a legend, a story people tell to give themselves hope. Sancho shakes his head and replies, "Your father told me himself. Only a true Zenithian can pull the sword from its sheath." Luca asks the question that matters most. Where is the sword now? Sancho answers, "It is in the kingdom of Mostro, in the possession of King Rodrigo." With his father's sword in hand, Luca sets out alone. Along the way, he battles monster after monster, growing stronger with every fight. Soon, Luca learns to summon whirling windstorms with his own hands. During his journey, Luca notices a strange blue creature following him, the same one that had been watching him since Laja's castle. At first, Luca is cautious, but when he realizes the creature means no harm, he accepts it as a friend. He names it Groot. Together, they continue the journey. That night, while resting near a cave, a ferocious saber-toothed tiger suddenly attacks them, but Luca quickly realizes the truth. It's Percy, his childhood friend. Reunited at last, the three set off together. Eventually, they arrive at the Kingdom of Mostro, a land devastated by chaos. A powerful monster named Bjorn has been attacking the kingdom daily, leaving destruction everywhere he goes. Desperate, King Rodrigo has made a bold announcement. Whoever defeats the monster Bjorn will be rewarded with his daughter's hand in marriage. Luca enters the castle and meets King Rodrigo. The moment the king sees Luca's yellow eyes, he believes the prophecy. He is convinced that Luca is the Zenithian warrior. Rodrigo leads Luca to the chamber where the Zenithian sword is kept, but the room is in ruins. The sword is gone. It becomes clear that Bjorn stole the Zenithian sword and took it with him. Realizing this, King Rodrigo is left heartbroken. Luca is completely overwhelmed. Deep down, he believes he has no chance of defeating Bjorn, but everything changes when Princess Nera approaches him and tells him that she is willing to marry him. Luca is overjoyed because he truly likes Nera. Determined to prove himself, Luca sets out with his friends to defeat Bjorn, but the battle goes horribly wrong. Bjorn attacks with overwhelming force, and Luca is badly injured. Defeated and barely standing, he returns to town and collapses inside a bar, desperately asking for medicine. That's when a young woman steps forward. Using a magical serum, she heals Luca completely. As Luca looks up at her, he freezes. It's Bianca, his childhood friend. Luca is overwhelmed with happiness, and Bianca decides to join him in the fight against Bjorn. Luca tries to stop her, saying he wants to defeat the monster on his own, but Bianca refuses to leave his side. Together, they reach Bjorn's lair. There, they finally see it, the legendary Zenithian sword. As they move closer to claim it, Bjorn awakens and launches a brutal attack. Luca distracts Bjorn, giving Bianca the chance to grab the sword. She rushes back and hands it to Luca, but when Luca tries to draw the blade, nothing happens. He can't pull the sword from its sheath. The terrifying truth becomes clear. Luca is not the chosen Zenithian warrior. Panic spreads. With no other option, they flee for their lives. Bjorn chases them into the kingdom, leaving destruction in his wake. But during the chaos, Luca remembers something. Every time they fought, Bjorn instinctively protected his third eye. Luca realizes the truth. Bjorn's true power lies within that third eye. Summoning every ounce of strength he has, Luca attacks again. After a fierce struggle, he finally overpowers Bjorn. As Luca prepares to destroy the monster's third eye, Bjorn begs for mercy. "I don't want to die. Spare me, and I will serve you forever." At that moment, Bjorn's eyes change color. The darkness fades from him. Bjorn has been freed. Luca lowers his weapon and spares his life. The people of the kingdom rejoice. Bjorn has been defeated, and the danger is finally gone. Back in town, Bianca asks Luca what reward he asked from the king. Luca replies, "The king promised that Princess Nera would marry me." Bianca immediately understands. Luca wanted to defeat Bjorn alone, so he could marry Nera. Still, Bianca smiles and accepts his decision. She brings Luca to the castle and gently tells him, "Before any wedding, you need to properly propose. That's every girl's dream." Luca struggles to express himself, so Bianca helps him find the right words. Nera is pleased. That night, Luca returns to the bar to sleep. There he finds Bianca heavily drunk, something completely unlike her. Confused, Luca heads toward his room. Suddenly, an old sorceress appears. She scolds him, saying, "Your wedding is approaching, but you are choosing the wrong girl. Stop thinking with your mind and start listening to your heart." Luca ignores her words. Before disappearing, the old woman gives him a magical potion. That night, after drinking it, Luca has a vivid dream, a life where he is truly happy, with Bianca by his side. When he wakes up, Luca finally understands the truth. Seeing Bianca's condition, he realizes she had been drinking out of heartbreak. She loves him, and he loves her too. The next day, Luca meets King Rodrigo. Handing over the Zenithian sword, Luca says, "I am not the hero from the prophecy. I cannot marry Nera, because my heart belongs to someone else." The king is furious, but he refuses to take the sword. Instead, he tells Luca, "You are still a Zenithian. Only you can find the true Zenithian hero." Then the king reveals one final truth. If Luca wishes to defeat Laja and rescue his mother, he will need the help of a dragon who is currently hiding in human form. Luca returns to the bar, and without any hesitation, he proposes to Bianca. Bianca is completely shocked by the sudden proposal, but she loves Luca with all her heart, so she says yes. Luca is overwhelmed with happiness. He thanks the old woman for guiding him, but the old lady quietly walks away, and then the truth is revealed. The old woman was Princess Nera all along. After watching Luca and Bianca together, Nera had realized they truly loved each other, so she helped Luca follow his heart. Time passes. Luca and Bianca get married, and soon after, they have a baby boy named Alice. Alice is a Zenithian too. His eyes glow yellow, just like Luca's. One day, Luca notices something strange. The Zenithian sword begins to tremble. Luca tells Bianca that the time has come. He must leave to search for the true Zenithian hero. But before he can go, Laja's demons attack. The family tries to escape through a hidden passage, but Laja's soldiers spot them and launch a full assault. Luca fights the demons fiercely. Seeing this, Bianca hands baby Alice to Sancho and joins the battle to help Luca. But the demons are endless. They strike Bianca and throw her aside. Then a demon attacks Luca and hurls him into a deep abyss. Everyone believes Luca is dead, but Luca manages to cling to a rock, barely surviving. At that moment, Laja appears. He captures Bianca. Luca struggles out of the abyss and sees Bianca in Laja's grasp. He rushes forward to attack, but Laja stops him with dark magic. With cruel satisfaction, Laja turns Luca into stone. Victorious, Laja takes Bianca back to his castle. There, Laja reveals a shocking truth. Bianca is also a Zenithian. She refuses to believe him, so Laja explains. Her adoptive family placed a spell over her eyes to hide her true identity. Then Laja takes Bianca to Mata, Luca's mother, who has sealed herself inside a magical barrier. Laja demands that Bianca speak with Mata and learn the Zenithian spell. Only one Zenithian can communicate with another through their mind. When Bianca connects with Mata warns her, Laja is lying. Do not listen to him. Bianca understands the truth and attacks Laja. Enraged, Laja turns Bianca into stone, just like Luca. Years pass. 8 long years go by. We now see Alice, fully grown. Alongside Sancho, Alice fights powerful monsters and finally obtains a magical staff. Using its power, Alice restores Luca to his human form. When Luca looks at Alice, he doesn't recognize him at first. But when Alice says, "I'm your son," Luca is overwhelmed with emotion. After 8 years, he is finally reunited with his child. Suddenly, monsters attack. Alice steps forward and defeats them effortlessly. Luca is stunned. Alice has grown into a powerful warrior, but then giant monsters appear, striking Alice and knocking his sword far away. Seeing the danger, Luca hands the Zenithian sword to his son, Alice. The moment Alice touches the sword, he pulls it from its sheath with ease. The truth is finally revealed. Alice is the true Zenithian hero. The sword's power is overwhelming. With a single strike, Alice slays 2 monsters at once. Terrified, the remaining monsters flee. Luca watches in awe, his heart filled with pride. Now with renewed hope, they set out to rescue Bianca and Luca's mother, Mata, heading straight toward Laja's fortress. But as they approach, they realize the enemy forces are massive. Reaching the castle will be impossible without the help of the dragon, the one hiding among humans. So they go to Dr. Agon. There, the truth is revealed. Agon himself is the dragon. However, Agon explains that he cannot transform because his magical orb was lost long ago. Luca shows him a fragment of an orb he found during childhood. Agon shakes his head. It's a fake, but Agon knows a solution. Far away on a distant island lives a fairy who can help locate the real orb. There's only one condition. Only a true warrior may reach her palace, and she will grant one wish. Luca decides to go alone. On the way, the familiar blue creature joins him, refusing to leave his side. Together, they face deadly robots that attack them, but they barely escape and finally reach the fairy. The fairy agrees to help. She gives Luca a fake magical orb and sends him back into the past. Suddenly, everything makes sense. The boy we saw at the beginning of the movie, asking young Luca about the magical orb, was future Luca himself. Back then, Luca had found the real orb on a mountain. Using the fake orb, Luca cleverly swaps it with the real one and returns to the present. With the real orb restored, Agon transforms into a dragon. Riding on his back, the heroes storm Laja's fortress. Inside, Bianca stands frozen as a stone statue. Using his magical staff, Alois restores Bianca. Mother and son reunite, overcome with joy. Bianca tells them that Mata is being held atop the mountain. They rush toward her, but suddenly, Luca hears his mother's voice begging him to turn back. Laja has become far more powerful. In the next moment, Laja shatters Mata's protective barrier. Luca and his friends reach her, but it's too late. Mata dies before Luca's eyes. Heartbroken, Luca collapses in grief. Then Laja's monsters attack. A massive battle erupts. Alois begins cutting down monsters one by one with the Zenithian sword. But Laja's army is endless, and the heroes start to fall back. Then Bjorn arrives. Along with Prince Harry's entire army, Harry kept his promise. Now a full-scale war breaks out. Luca confronts Laja directly. He tries to strike him down but fails. The prophecy was clear. Only a Zenithian warrior can kill Laja. That's when Alois joins the fight. Father and son stand side by side. Together, Alois delivers the final blow. Laja is slain by the Zenithian sword. For a moment, it feels like victory. But Laja, using Mata's remaining power, opens the gates of hell, even as his own body is destroyed. Seeing the portal opening, Alois throws the Zenithian sword into it. Slowly, the portal begins to close. Luca and Alois believe the battle is finally over. But suddenly, everyone except Luca freezes in place. Time itself stops, and in the next moment, Nimzo appears. Nimzo finally reveals the truth to Luca. He tells him, this is not the real world, it's a video game. Using his power, Nimzo peels back reality itself, showing Luca that everything around him is made of graphics and digital design. That's when the shocking truth is revealed. In the real world, Luca is just a boy playing this game. He had become so deeply immersed that he could no longer tell the difference between the game and real life. Nimzo explains that he is a virus, created to destroy the game completely, but Luca refuses to accept that. He loves this world. He loves these characters, so Luca fights back. Nimzo overwhelms him. Just when Luca is about to fall, the blue creature steps forward. He reveals the truth. I am the antivirus of this game. He hands Luca a sword. Together, Luca and the blue creature strike Nimzo down. The moment Nimzo is destroyed, everything returns to normal. The world stabilizes. Luca reunites with Alice and Bianca, overwhelmed with happiness. Soon after, Prince Harry and Bjorn say their goodbyes and depart. As Luca walks back with his family, he knows the truth now. The game has ended. Soon he will have to return to the real world. Still, Luca cherishes every final moment, talking, laughing, and sharing memories with Bianca, Alice, and his friends. Luca didn't just save a kingdom. He found love, family, sacrifice, and the courage to let go. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more stories like this can live on.